Assalamualaikum everybody. This is Moo, the Ansar. I'm tired today. I'm not my usual chipper self. Um, I'm gonna get right down to this video. What I want to talk about is actually something that I've been wanting to do a video about for a while, for a reason. You see the title of the video, and in spite of the title, I'm not just talking to non-Muslim women. I'm also talking to women who have taken Shahada. I'm not gonna say because of their man or because of their husband, but their relationship greatly influenced it. Let's say. And this is not like some sort of hate video or anything like that. I ain't about that. But really, I don't know. Brothers kind of like irk me. And I'll tell you why as I go on, inshallah. But my reason for doing this is because I know a lot of people from different walks of life, different cultures, different races and all, and they talk to me. They talk to me either directly or might know somebody who knows somebody type of thing, and they talk to me. Or I used to frequent blogs and stuff like that and get information from people's personal stories that they put on their blogs, stuff that they're going through with like their Muslim in-laws and stuff like that. And so what prompted me to do this is a couple of things. Two different people that I know lately, who happen to be white women, non-Muslim. One of them is married to a Muslim man. The other one, she's not married to a Muslim man, but she's on different dating sites online, and she keeps meeting Muslim men. Yeah, and I was gonna say not American, but they are American. But like some of them are American, but they're like first generation or something like that. And she's also meeting guys like from Europe and Asia and stuff like that. So I'm trying to segue into what I want to say, but I guess I gotta give a little bit of information. So my girlfriend, who I just mentioned, on a dating site, she came to me and she's like, "Whoa, like, are they allowed to?" She asked me several things before, like, are they allowed to date and all this kind of stuff? And I'm like, no, Muslims, we don't date. But so she asked me, how would their family feel about meeting her? And like, are they taking me serious, that kind of thing? So she and I were real fly. We can be real with each other without fear, either she or me catching feelings or feeling like, oh, you being racist or that kind of stuff. I like her a lot, as you see. But anyway, so I was straight up with her, because she's like, their parents probably not gonna let them marry no white girl, right? That celebrate Christmas, holidays, and all this kind of stuff. And I said, they do it. However, most of them, no. And I was real with it. I said, listen, most of them, they just playing. They want a girlfriend, they want this, they want that. And then when it's time to get serious, they go to their country and they marry somebody from there, or even if they're here, like their first, second generation, they marry from within their own community. And not even just within Islam, but within their own community, their own ummah, as you have it. And so, we talk. And like I said, I know people. And what I find is that brothers seriously take advantage of y'all. Men, men do what men do. And it's up to us to protect ourselves. But I will say this, and this will laugh. I'm not trying to be disrespectful like any sort of way. So please don't say anything I say is that if anybody's getting on my nerves, it's not the women, it's the dudes. Because they're misrepresenting Islam and different things. But honestly speaking, if a brother, and I don't care where they're from. I don't care if some black wants to do, or whatever, a black Muslim girl. I don't care who it is. If some dude coming up to you when he claiming to be, Muslim, and he's serious about his deen, his way of life, Islamic way of life and everything, but he's in your face, number one, you already know. Number two, respectfully, there is so many Muslim women doing their thing. If a brother is going to a non-Muslim woman, it seems, not just to me, to plenty of people, it seems that it's for a reason. He's gonna play you, pretty much. There's certain things that Muslim women just simply are not gonna do. Alright? Which will have a brother go outside to get assistance. Some of those things are, I would say, I'm not going to say 100% Muslim women won't do that. I'll say like 97, 98%. It might be a little bit lower nowadays, but we're not giving up no sex. It ain't happening. You want some sex? We're going to the imam. We're getting married. Number one. Number two, certain things we're not going to allow. You're not going out with your boy to go drinking in no club. It ain't happening. You know what I mean? Certain things it's just not going to be. And they know this. So, when they want to go off and, get with like a Muslim, a non-Muslim club, whatever, it's for reasons, And, here in America, I think, and probably the West, period, but here in America, definitely, we got this thing in our mind, like, oh, but I'm in love, we all like love trumps all. Like, oh, you can't help who you love. Yeah, you can help who you love, first of all. You just simply don't get into something. But, Islamically and culturally, for a lot of people who are not from here, it ain't about that. Marriage, first of all, to me, it's more than obvious that we Americans do it wrong, because we're 50% or more. Our divorce rate is 50% or more. So we obviously ain't doing something right. Furthermore, when you look at, like I said, Islamic culture and stuff like that, love, it's important, no doubt, but it's not like the highest thing ranking in a marriage or in a relationship. It's a part of it, inshallah, it's a part of it, but there are far more important things. And depending on, who the person is will determine where each thing is ranked for them, for their relationship. But, we, marrying simply for love or for sex or whatever is not even, first it's not even sunnah, if you want to talk about sunnah and everything. So when these guys get with these non-Muslim women and they're like fine, which gets me so upset. It's so disrespectful to me. But we allow stuff, you know what I'm saying? People, brothers don't just do what they do. We have to allow things. But when they get with them and it's like all hunky dory, it's all about the sex, you know, y'all in a relationship for some years, all that kind of thing, and then it's like, well, you got to be Muslim to marry. I swear that annoys me. That really annoys me. Because it's like, if she's good enough to have sex with, if she's good enough to be in a relationship with, if she's good enough to marry, for you to even consider marrying, then dude, marry her. Period. All these games and stuff, you know, like, oh, you gotta be Muslim. Nah, girls, right? The other thing, what I was gonna say, pertaining to how we marry, things that we prioritize in getting married here, and you know, Muslim moms and families not digging a hole, brothers with the non-Muslim thing, is that there are other things so far as, for example, when we marry, babies come into play. So now, that stuff is important. Like over here, we don't care about anything. No family history, no anything. We don't know, we don't care if they have schizophrenia in the family. We don't know, we don't care if they have cancer or heart disease in the family. We don't care. Or we just like, oh, I'm in love. And usually, that's that's post-sex or something like that. Or, relationship, when we get our hearts are in all into it. And the reason I bring that up is because someone I know, she married a Muslim. I don't want to give too much information away, but she married a Muslim dude from another country. Come over here for school. They were in a relationship for a while. She according to her, he never said anything about Islam to her. It was just they were doing their thing. Then they got married, basically hiding her. And, baby came into the mix. And now it's like, oh, he's making choices. He's trying to make choices, depending upon what his family were like once they find out, And, then it's like, she's Christian, he's Muslim, there's a baby in the mix now. Oh, what are we going to do? It's none of that, Oh, well, they can celebrate Eid when it's time for the Eid, and we'll celebrate Christmas. We don't get down like that. Christmas is a humongous taboo, yo. You don't understand. Easter, all that kind of stuff, we don't do that. So when the babies come into play, now it's a whole other reality. And I see that women are, they're like, might as well a donkey to kick them in the head, because it's like, oh my God, what's going on? It's like they're in the Twilight Zone, because they didn't know, and the dude didn't say anything. She didn't ask a lot of questions. Maybe she didn't want to lose him or whatever. He didn't tell a lot of stuff. Maybe he didn't want to lose her. Who knows? Allahu A'lam. But my thing is this, and this is what I say to the sisters, to non-Muslim or ones who became Muslim, for the to convert for their man. You need to read. I don't care if this is not your religion. If you are going to survive in your relationship, and if you are going to not get played and just treated any sorts of way by your husband, you have to know this religion. You have to arm yourself. Knowledge, they always say knowledge is power, and it is so true, child, I'm telling you. You need to learn this thing. You need to learn what is permissible for him to do, what is not permissible for him to do. And it's not all about him. If you are not Muslim, you are not obligated to the rules, period. It's not your rules. You know what I'm saying? It's like common sense right there. Um, if he chose to marry you and you are not Muslim, and he got issues with you not wanting to follow his rules, and that's his problem because he knew before he married you that you were not Muslim. But again, it comes back to, in my opinion, it comes back to brothers wanting to get these non-Muslim women or women who don't know the deen very well, like shahadas and stuff like that, so that they can mold them into what they need them to be, what their egos need them to be. And I'm keeping it real. I ain't got no time. I'm too old for all that foolishness. And at the end and beginning of the day, I'm a womanist. I'm all about women. You know, as is the sunnah of the Prophet, alayhi salam. So say what you want. If you don't want somebody calling you out on your stuff, stop doing your stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you women, y'all gotta, and I'm coming at you as a 40-something-year-old woman who I've been around Muslims my entire life. I'm born Muslim. I've been around all kind of Muslims. I've said before. And brothers got game, yo. And then when they talking that Islam, it sound real slick. And you got to be on point. So again, my suggestion to you is to learn for yourself. Don't learn it through your husband, because if he's the type of brother who is trying to get what he wants out of the relationship and get you to be the way he wants and needs you to be, which is why he didn't go to a Muslim in the first place, then you have to get in your mind that your baby that you love and adore and will kill and die for, it's not going to give you the true deal. You have to learn on your own. That's just how it is. I'm sorry to tell you. And especially when children come into play, because brothers will have you thinking all sorts of things. Like, well, in my country, the child belongs to me, so if we divorce, I'm going to take the child. You ain't in your country. How about that? This is an American child. So you need to get some sort of rapport with an imam. A lot of brothers will have you like, oh, I don't like that imam. I ain't going to him. He ain't got to go to him because you don't need his permission. Understand this. See, Allah is the just, right? Allah is fair. Allah is just. Allah is the protector. Allah is the giver. Allah is all these great things. Not just for men, for women too. Like, who was it? I think it was Imam Abu Malik I was listening to yesterday. And he was like, he said to the brothers, he said, when you go to be judged, when you die and you go to be judged, you don't get points for being a man. And likewise, we don't get points for being a woman. It is about your faith and how you carried yourself, how you lived your deen, things of that nature. It's about your character and what you put out there. So just because, brother want to act like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, want to throw a fit or whatever, whatever, let him do him. But that is no bearing on you, because Allah protects the women also. And the early Muslims, the Prophet Islam, those sisters, they would not sit down, sitting back like, oh, I'm just going to pray on it. They were about action, and that's how a lot of things came into play for Muslims, not just Muslim women, but for Muslims, ayah in the Qur'an and such. Because sisters stood up. They didn't just sit back and take in stuff from brothers. And again, if y'all have a problem with me saying that, big deal. I don't really care, because this is about truth. And I'm really sick and tired. I'm by no means like some great super Muslim or anything like that. But I'm so tired of brothers putting this thing out to people the wrong way. In fact, one of the women who came and, kind of poured her heart out to me, she told me, she said, I would take Shahada. Like she sees Islam as something that is appealing to her. But the way her husband is going about her is turning her off. And she straight up told me that she would take Shahada. If brother wasn't doing something, I'm not going to tell you what he's doing. But if brother wasn't, doing that. So we turn people, in this particular case, I'm talking to the brothers who do this particular thing. Who does this particular thing, talking to all brothers. But, y'all are turning sisters away from this deen. I know people, I've known couples who were married and brothers dog their women out so much that they leave the deen. Like, what is that? When folks have this thing like, well, if their faith is strong enough, whatever. Because the Prophet said to hide your sin. And you have to treat people properly. You have to treat people properly. Who on earth will want to be a part of something where they are being dogged? Really, who would want that? So don't sit there pretending that, oh, it's not on you, it's on them. They want to leave the deen. Nah, bro. Nobody wants to be oppressed. Oppression is worse than death. We know this as Muslims. Oppression is worse than death. Nobody wants to die and nobody wants to be oppressed. You feel me? So, and again, sisters, we have to learn this thing for ourselves. I remember Imam Dawood Adib, he had a tape that he gave me once. It was a cassette tape back in the 90s. But the lecture was called Problems Facing Muslim Women. And he said to him, in his estimation, the two problems that Muslim women have, and I tend to agree with him, is one, we don't learn this thing for ourselves. We do not learn this thing for ourselves. We go word of mouth, we take it from our husbands, we take it from the imam, we take it from other sisters, whatever. We do not learn this thing for ourselves. And two, the second thing he says, our problem is our husbands, when we have husbands that are dogging us out and oppressing us and being tyrants and everything. These are our problems. And brothers, like it or not, you all are supposed to be the leaders of the Ummah. So the state of the Ummah as it is today, bro, it's going to fall on you. Period. That's not to say that we as women are not going to eat some of it too. We are. However, you're supposed to be the imams of the community, and you are failing, a lot of you. You are failing. So, stop tripping. If you got issues with, problems, like we all have stuff in our past, and we all have issues, and we all have, most of us, I suppose, have egos and all these sorts of things. But with this deen and with marrying women and all those sorts of things, first of all, well, whatever, I ain't gonna say that. But you need to handle this. The women, you need to learn this thing. Period. There are way too many ways to learn what's going on within Islam on the internet. There's books, there's all sorts of things. I'll probably, inshallah, I'll do something like different sites that you can go to, maybe different books that you can go to, things of that nature. Different online like classes and stuff like that you can go to. And you need to arm yourselves, just like we always do. Women throughout history, we have always had to take care of ourselves, period. And nothing has changed. Just because it's 2015, big deal. We just have more sophisticated ways of arming ourselves. And you need to do that, okay? Because I don't like my Muslim brothers dogging y'all. Not at all. I'm sure you can see that. But I don't like it. I don't like y'all hurting. I don't like what y'all go through. And I like Muslim women don't go through stuff too. It's not like Muslim men don't go through stuff. But in this particular case, again, I'm talking about something specific, and I don't like seeing what happens to you. I don't. So, that's my suggestion to you. That's my little 2 cents. Okay, peace.